time on Zultan the Wolfman. Zoltan's wolves star in a challenging night shoot 2,000 kilometers from home in Turkey. 17 rare breed cattle are on the loose. And some Turkish villagers meet their first real-life wolf. In the world of wolves, the leader of the pack is not always the strongest wolf. Sometimes he's the cleverest wolf. And sometimes he isn't a wolf at all.
Now I'm the boss. They cannot bite me. I'm not using power, you see?
Meet Zultan Hawkeye, the Wolfman.
And this is how we do aggression scene in the Hollywood movies.
Zultan uses his animal's natural instincts to achieve his extraordinary results, making him the go-to animal trainer for movie directors all over the world.
And exit!
And it's not just wolves that fall under his spell. For the first time, Zultan is opening his doors to reveal how he achieves these incredible results. Welcome to the world of the Wolfman. Cappadocia, a unique and ancient mountain region in Turkey. Mentioned in the work of Herodotus and in the Bible, it's world famous for its dwellings and churches carved in the rocks, and its dramatic craggy landscape, paired with surreal volcanic peaks, has proved an irresistible combination to many a movie director. And this time, it will be the location for a new international film, Grain, by multi-award-winning Turkish director Samir Kapanoglu. The story requires a tricky dream sequence featuring a pacing wolf, so of course, he's called on Zultan. And back at the Hawkeye Animal Training Sanctuary in Godaloo, Zultan and his business partner Peter are carefully studying the storyboard of the scenes requested.
This is in Turkey, and as far as I can see from the shots, it's somewhere in the middle of nowhere, it looks like.
The sequence is full of suspense. It's dark night in the valley. The hero is sleeping in the tent. In the dream, he sees a lonely wolf roaming nearby. The only obstacle between him and the fierce animal is a magic circle drawn in the sand around the tent. The hero jumps out of the tent and meets the growling wolf eye to eye, but the wolf cannot cross the magic circle.
You got to achieve by the crew that we're going to have at least 3 rehearsing days before the shooting take place.
The director wants the whole scene with the wolf walking around the magic circle to be filmed in one uninterrupted wide shot. It means Zultan can't be as close to the wolf as he normally would be. The Wolfman accepts the challenge and comes up with a very inventive training plan.
What we know, we have this circle, okay? We have the 2 tents here and the guy somewhere. Here is another circle. This means here is dark, so I'm not gonna be in there. If I give a mark, if I get a stone that he has to stand on, and he'll know that he has to stand on the stone.
Cappadocia's landscape is covered in stones, so Zultan intends to use them as natural markers for the wolf.
What is this aggression scene? Here you see the wolf growling.
And of course, there's a wolf's trademark growling scene.
If we just have to stand and have a close-up of growling face, then we can do the same way that we did before, that he's eating on a carcass and we're just gonna tease him with another wolf. So this means that we have to take another wolf, which might be the backup. We have to think of that.
For the magic circle scene, Zultan decides to take his most patient and obedient star, his Canadian wolf Nelson. And for the growling shot, he'll need a teasing wolf, Koza or Volko. Zultan has been training now for 3 days with Nelson, and he's made remarkable progress. Nelson has learned to stay put on a mark for a long time.
Stay there, stay there. Good boy, stay. Bravo. From one spot to another. Get it.
And to walk slowly from one mark to another in a circle.
Step, step, step on it. Good boy.
And even walk around the circle without any restricting wires.
Okay. Now let's see what he's doing now. Going back on the circle, on the circle, on the circle. Okay. Did you see? He didn't make a shortcut. He just went around. The way I'm rehearsing with the wolf, I never go to him and I would never pet him like I would pet a dog. You know, he's just getting the food. If I start to pet him, oh, good boy, and pet his side and his head, then I distract him. Then he will be distracted. Who's calling me? Hello? Szevasz, Zsoltikám! Hát mi a helyzet? 1000 éve nem hallottam a hangodat. Kitört a szürke marha, az egész buja. Hogy? Hát szólok a Petinek is, meg a többieknek. Gyere, Nelson! Persze! Figyelj ide! Nincs órám, de mit tudom én, egy másfél óra alatt ott vagyunk. Nelson, gyere már! Zsoltikám, mindjárt ott vagyunk. Oké, szia. We have to stop the rehearsing now because one of my friends got in trouble. I used to work with this guy. He has a super great cattle. The whole herd just broke out from his farm. Gyere, Nelson, I will have to go to him and I will have to help him to get back the herd to the farm. It can cause really big troubles because they can go on the road and, you know, it would be a disaster.
Zoltan will have to finish his training on the film set in Turkey. Right now, he and the team need to reach his friend as fast as possible before the herd reaches the road. He calls Peter to tell him to rush back from their office in Budapest and join them at the farm. Zoltan's friend Zolt owns a farm in the beautiful Hungarian grassland of Puszta. He keeps a lot of different animals here, and some of them are movie stars as well. Zolt and Zoltan have worked together on several movies, including The Eagle and Europe, A Natural History, which featured Zolt's pride and joy, his Hungarian grey cattle. It was these grey cattle who escaped from their enclosure sometime last night. This morning, Zolt found their shed was empty. He called his old film buddy Zoltan because these animals will require expert and experienced handling to herd them safely back to the farm.
Szevasztok! Hello!
Szevasz!
Mi történt, barátom?
Srácok, írtózat, hogy nagy a baj, egyetlen szürke sincsen. Üres a karám.
Amiket forgatunk, minden megy.
In fact, much to the alarm of local motorists, the cattle have already reached the road. Racing back from Budapest, Peter encounters the cattle earlier than he expected.
Oh my god, the grey cattle on the road.
The whole herd is wandering on and off the busy road, causing chaos within the traffic.
I mean, if they come out, that will be dangerous. Let me call Zoltan.
Azzal kéne keresni.
Na szevasz, na merre vagy? Hello, where are you at the moment?
Hi, I'm here on the road, and the grey cattle is out there on the road.
We are going there to get you and I'm gonna get you a horse.
Let's stop the traffic in the meantime. All right, bye. Okay.
You drive in front with Attila and we go behind you guys. Okay?
I just made a call to Zoltan. Hopefully they are on the way.
Peter and the cattle are a good 7 miles from the farm, so the rescue is not going to be instant. There are 17 cattle on the loose, and each beast weighs over a ton and is equipped with a deadly set of horns. Peter can't possibly move the herd alone, but he can prevent them from getting panicked by speeding motorists. Peter slows down the drivers where he can to let them know what awaits them ahead in the dense fog. It's a very hazardous situation for the drivers and the cattle. Finally,
Petike!
rescue arrives.
Leállok a kocsival oda.
Jó! Gyere gyorsan ide, itt a lovad! Hol a marhara? Úristen! Ott vannak a
Cattle is
marhák.
out there. I stopped with the car over there.
Okay. Just get on your horse quickly. Problem on the road. The traffic is back and forth. We are lucky that they stopped up to now. Gyerünk! Yay!
Being on horseback is the only way to get the herd back under control. The herd is spread right along the road. Together they start to gather the cattle, being careful not to isolate any individual animals.
Ne, ez az egy
The cattle
elmegy.
stay calm only if they move as a herd.
Hopp. Hey.
It takes 20 minutes to slowly gather the huge beasts together and move them off the road.
We have to get them in a meadow somewhere that they can rest. We also need to count them because I don't know how many they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, This way, go.
All 17 of the
Up, up.
cattle have been rescued,
Oh.
and amazingly, no animal has been harmed.
We have these young calves, and they're getting really tired. We don't want anything to happen to them, so they need to rest here in this meadow. After the danger, you know, they just deserve it, so they can get back to the herd again and lead it as a herd, not individually. This is really, really important.
Now Zoltan and the other horsemen just have to persuade the herd to travel through 7 miles of forest, fields and wetlands to get them home. Zoltan and his team rush to the rescue with his old movie buddy Zolt, whose herd of giant grey cattle had escaped and were wandering across a busy local road. Now they're preparing to herd them across 7 miles back to the farm.
If you have to deal with the grey cattle, you just have to know that it's totally different than dealing with other kind of cattle, because they are kind of wild. They were not really domesticated like the others, and to keep them together and have them doing what we want from them to do, it's much more difficult. You really have to know them in order to deal with them. You have to know who's the leader of the pack. There, the big one. He weighs about double size than this horse that I'm sitting on. He's just coming towards guys.
The only protection that Zoltan and the horsemen have against these enormous creatures is their skill in handling them and endless patience.
Let's go.
These beautiful Hungarian greys are an ancient breed of beef cattle only found in Hungary. Today, the hardy Hungarian greys are no longer kept for beef, but instead provide Hungary with a vital gene bank for the more disease-prone domestic cattle varieties. The forest terrain is easy travelling for the huge lumbering cattle, but it's much more difficult for the riders to navigate. Once again. Seemingly endless fields of thorny bushes test the endurance of Zoltan and his team. But that's the shortest way home.
And they're supposed to go this way because that's the way to go home.
After 2 hours of slow progress through the forest, the herd move onto the rather easier terrain of neighbouring farmland. All of a sudden, the cattle get frightened by something again and start spreading apart quickly. But this time, Zoltan and the horsemen are ready, and it doesn't take too long for them to get the animals back into a herd. And then, a piece of grassland signals their return to Zolt's land. Zolt's wetland. In the 1960s, these majestic creatures came dangerously close to extinction, with less than 300 animals left in existence. But farmers like Zolt have reared their own small herds, bringing them up to safe numbers again. And finally, 4 hours after the escaped cattle were rescued from the road, they arrived back home.
Ah! Shortikán! Benn vannak a marhák!
This day was challenging with the horse and the cattle. People think it's not that dangerous at all. Well, to be honest with you, when I'm sitting on that horse and the big shani, which is 1 ton, turning against you with his big horn, well, that's nothing comparing to the danger that can happen on the road. Because people are driving crazy and they have no idea that the grey cattle is just passing on the road.
this is dangerous because they can crash into the big herd and they can get crazy. But we were lucky today and we didn't have any problem like that. We were able to stop the cars on the road and we were able to chase the grey cattle back towards the ranch. And today we are lucky they are back now. And I'm really happy that I could help my friend Zsolt because he deserves it. He's a really great guy. He has a great French, he's a great cattle, and he's really great in movies. And who knows when we're going to work with him again.
That night, Zoltan and Peter stay on at Zolt's farm for a well-earned supper. But first, they grab a moment to plan their route to the movie location in Turkey.
So where are we going actually?
Yeah, I just got the email now for the exact address, so finally we know where we are going. It's a place called Avanos. It's actually closer to the Syrian border than to Istanbul.
It's going to be more time than chasing the grey cattle.
Definitely. So you drive.
Thank you. I heard that it's really nice. So this is going to be 2 days driving just there, and then we're going to spend like 4 or 5 days in Turkey, and then we're going to have another 2 days driving back home.
Zoltan and Peter have to stop every 2 or 3 hours to exercise the wolves and give them water, meaning progress is slow. The journey is over 2,000 kilometers and takes them through 2 European borders and across the Bosphorus. After 2 days and 8 hours traveling, they arrive in the town of Avanos in Turkey.
This is a nice hotel. We drove like 2,300 kilometers. I can't even believe in that. Are you guys sleeping? Well, I'm going to sleep too. So see you tomorrow.
The next morning, Zoltan and Peter set out for the film set.
Hi guys. What's up? Hi sweetie beatie. That was a long journey, eh? But today you're gonna run free.
Let's go, Peter.
But there's still another long drive ahead. The film location is situated more than 100 kilometers from the hotel, high up in the mountains.
That's the place.
On the way, they're stopped by curious villagers who are helping the film crew.
Kangal köpek. Kangal? Super.
They've heard that his wolves are coming, and they warn Zoltan that their sheep are guarded by an infamous enemy of the wolf.
Turkish Kangal. Turkish Kangal is a dog. And obviously they are saying the Turkish Kangal is for taking care of the sheep, and they can kill wolves in their dreams. They can protect the sheep because they are barking.
Quite a lot of Kangals.
Kangals.
Kangal is black?
Nope.
No? Okay, then it's a black sheep.
These dogs cannot be taken out of the country. This is a special breed in Turkey. And they say there are 5, but I don't see the 5th one. So 2 wolves against 5 Kangal. Let's see. I have them. Wow, this is nice. Those are the tents. We might have to work there. We'll check out everything now.
This arid terrain will be the location for the dream sequence.
Guys, you'll be out in a minute.
The wolves were kept hungry during the whole trip to get them into the right condition, so that they'll be ready to do everything the Wolfman asks of them, in exchange for a piece of sausage. It's time to get down to training for this difficult scene.
Peti, most mondtam, könyörgöm.
Suddenly, a hungry wolf snatches a bag of sausages from Zoltan's hand. The sneaky feasting doesn't last long. The rest they'll have to earn.
Add ezt. Ide fölteszem neked.
Zoltan sets the wolves free in order to tire them out, which will make them appear more slow and menacing when the rehearsal starts.
Órát jöhetnek vissza. Gyere!
The wolves enjoy running free in the wild, but down the hill there seems to be another Kangal barking. So to avoid any risk, Zoltan relocates the training to the other side of the hill.
Gyere, hop, 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 hop. Nehezon. Nehezon. After a journey like yesterday, what we had, they need to move, they need to move. And I love to see them on the nature.
After a long run, both wolves are finally exhausted, but Zoltan is too. And it's right on time when the Turkish catering team come in with a tasty lunch.
No, pet his head. It's okay. It's a wolf, no problem. The guys are afraid of the wolf, you know, they have knowledge about the wolf, that the wolf is dangerous and attacking human and sheep and everything. But once they figure that he's a nice guy, I think they change their mind. Good,
the
good.
Wolfman's keen to talk to the local sheep breeders about the Kangal and the real nature of wolves.
No, not that he's gonna eat that. We saw them over there, the sheep. There.
Kangal çok, Kangal köpek.
Kangal, no problem.
Burada 5 tane var.
5 Kangal. I saw 4.
Kangal kurt problem?
Kangal?
Kurt problem?
No. Kangal is sheep. Whoa, 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 whoa. You and you people are there. So wolf, run away.
Kaçar diye. Duyarım kaçar diye.
Yeah, no problem. But Kangal, wolf, no problem.
But the time for socializing is over, because it will soon be dark, and before then, Zoltan must rehearse the most challenging scene Nelson has ever attempted. The Wolfman's in Turkey with his animals getting ready for a challenging night shoot. The first scene to be rehearsed is the magic circle scene.
The director wants the wolf to be shot at once. He just want to have one take, while the wolf is standing there, looking at the guy, and then the guy going back to the tent, and the wolf is coming down here, and the guy is coming out again, looking at each other. That's going to be 1 minute, and it's not going to be easy for the wolf. So let's start to rehearse from the beginning. So what we have to teach to the wolf, that he has to be outside of this circle.
Zoltan uses rocks to mark the spots which Nelson has to stand on.
Stop. Ot, figyelj. Ot. Okay, what's important that we keep the distance. Ot, ot.
The Wolfman
Ot.
increases the distance between him and the wolf.
Okay, good.
For the shoot, he'll need to be further away than normal
Ot.
to stay out of the frame.
Ot,
So Nelson must get used to the distance.
Ot, áll.
Nelson remembers the training at home, but in the new strange environment, it's easy for him to be distracted. They have 3 training days left to perfect this.
He doesn't do it for commands. He is mechanized. This is the way that you can work with a wild animal, with a wolf.
Ot, áll. Ot, ot, áll. Camera. Rolling. Ot, áll. Ot, áll. Interaction. Ot, áll.
Peter is pretending to be the actor to get Nelson used to his actions during the long take.
Ot, áll. And camera rolls.
Peter has to draw the wolf's attention to make Nelson look at him, not at Zoltan. Distracted, Nelson crosses the line of the circle. Then, rehearsal is interrupted.
I'm rehearsing at the moment, yeah. Yes, it is possible. Sure, at 7 o'clock here. Okay, thank you. See you. Thank you, bye-bye. Thanks.
It appears that plans have changed.
This was assistant of the director. At 7 o'clock they want to have a rehearsal with the actor.
This means Zoltan has to stop the training to keep Nelson hungry enough for the job tonight. It's not what he planned, but on a movie set, plans change all the time. He'll have to hope that Nelson has remembered enough. As the crew prepare for the night shoot, Zoltan has a few spare minutes to learn some Turkish and make new friends.
What's this? In Turkish. In Turkish. What is the name? What's that? Bear? In Turkish, how do you say that?
Yes.
How do you say that? But what's the name? Urs? Urs?
Urs.
In Turkish.
Turkish.
You don't understand. Kur?
Ayı. Ayı. Turkish ayı.
Ayı.
Thanks. Turkish ayı.
Ayir is a bear in Turkish. We've just found it out. Okay? Kurt is the wolf. Here.
Communicating's not easy, but Zoltan discovers that this family own 3 Turkish Kangals, and he's invited to pay them a visit. The sun is setting. Darkness and cold descend on the filming location.
It's freezing in here. I'm cold and I'm tired and I want to sleep.
And then, Wolfman gets another change of plan. The directors decided to start shooting tonight. Zoltan was expecting 2 days training with the actor before the shoot.
Yep, I'm coming.
But that's just not to be. Zoltan checks with the director if he can control the wolf with his voice.
While the guy is walking, can I talk?
Yes.
So it's a silent shot, so you can take my voice. Okay, good.
To make it work in such a short time, Zoltan tries to negotiate the size of the magic circle to be as narrow as possible.
It's too small.
He places his stones to use as markers for Nelson.
I block the comfortable walking way of him with these 3 stones. So when he just starts to go, he will avoid to go over these stones. So he's gonna get the curve. And once he's outside the curve, he can cut off because he's still outside. And he has to come to this point. So this is going to be the frame. It's not going to change anymore. No, perfect. For me, it's good. Thank you.
The last warnings are made to the film crew to make sure the scene is not sabotaged.
Let's spell this out, please, and emphasize it really hard. That the wolf is a wild guy. He's not a dog, and whoever just moves his head, it gets the attention of the wolf. This is his nature. If he's not listening and not looking at the movements, it can cost his life in the nature. So not even that much, please, during the wolf shot.
There are some last-minute changes added to the script, meaning Nelson will have to stand still even longer.
The actor is supposed to come out from the tent and just go to the wolves. Now they changed the whole story. The actor is coming out from his tent and then he's going to the other tent first and check out if the guy is in there, and then he is just wandering around and then he suddenly just sees the wolf. And then he frees, and then slowly he's gonna go back to his tent, and this is gonna take much more time than what we used at the rehearsal.
All Zoltan can do is hope that Nelson can keep his concentration and stay put for much, much longer.
First rehearsal. Ot, that. Ot. Ot. Vijay. Ot. Camera. Ot. Nelson. Ot.
Nelson feels the stress of the Wolfman and the crew, and it makes it difficult for him to concentrate.
Oda. Oda. Ot. Ot där. Ot. Kamera. Ot. 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 Ot.
This time, Nelson manages to stay still for longer, but fails to keep outside the circle. Everyone is on tenterhooks. Is this scene actually possible? Nelson is clearly getting tired. But this might help Zoltan with the scene. Nelson stays put as the actor leaves his tent. He must remain still while the actor checks the other tent and then returns to his own. He's made it. Now he's meant to look at the actor who's trying to keep his attention. But even Nelson's patience is not endless. It seems the scene just does not work this way. Everyone is nervous. And there's no more time for rehearsals. A compromise is suggested. A locked-off camera shot.
Wait.
The scene will be shot in two separate sequences. First, the standing alone wolf will be filmed. And afterwards, without moving a frame, the other part of the scene with the actor will be shot.
Action. What? I'm not crossing, right?
This allows Zoltan to give commands from the center of the circle,
4,
ensuring that Nelson's eyes are always looking at the right spot.
20. Lost.
Nelson's performing well. His concentration's good, and his eye line is correct this time.
Mega. Oscar goes to Nelson. Hot. Bravo. Can I give him a reward food?
A well-earned sausage for Nelson.
To that side.
And cut. They have the shot. The most difficult scene is over for Nelson. Now it's time for the actor to match it perfectly. But Nelson can go have some rest.
Great, my friend. You were great. You were good. This was a lock-off shot. So Nelson did it first with a John Mark bar, and then now the actor has to do the same thing, like we just rehearsed, and they try to film it on together.
Volko has been on hold tonight, but he deserves some reward food for his patience. The wolves are wrapped for today.
Good boy. See ya, Volko.
And Zoltan has some sightseeing in mind for tomorrow.
It's not your day.
Nelson, if you're gonna be a good boy, you can meet with a Turkish Kangal tomorrow. Most probably with a girl. A Turkish Kangal girl.
Zultan the Wolfman's on location in Turkey with his business partner Peter and of course his wolves. Today he's taking time off the movie set to meet with the legendary local dog species, the Kangal. Zoltan's always wanted to meet this animal face to face, and yesterday he met a local shepherd who invited him to meet his Kangals.
Tamam, burada konuştuk, hatırlıyorum.
Hi, my friend.
Orada ben sizi görmedim.
Hi, doggy. How old is this one?
Two, just
2. Okay. See ya. They say this is a big enemy for the wolves, but he seems very friendly. They say that it's a really aggressive and dangerous dog, but this is how much it's attacking someone. I think he's really nice. He's a cute guy. I'll show you my wolf. Come on, you can pet the wolf.
It is probably the first time in the history of this traditional shepherd's family that they have the chance to pat a living wolf.
Okay. You want to do it too? One more.
Korkmaz.
Come on, do it.
Bu köpeğine koyun ya işte, korkmaz. Alışsın ama lütfen.
We'll take them out, but the kids has to go back a little bit.
They're running away. Kapmaz.
Nice.
Güzel mi?
Okay. Should we see what they do?
Villagers and wolves are friends for the first time, and the Wolfman's ready to push ahead with the next part of his mission. He wants to unite these animals who are legendary enemies in the wild, the wolf and the Kangal.
Okay.
The first encounter looks promising. Nelson's not interested in fighting, and the Kangal's not scared.
good dog. Very good dog.
Now Zoltan wants to see how a different character, Volko, will behave with the dog.
We don't fight.
Volko is a dominant wolf. He doesn't like the dog barking in his face and tries to nip the Kangal.
Nap. Nap. Volk. Nap. Nap. I never stay between a wolf and a Kangal. This is so nice. Hey, hey, I am the boss, not you. Okay, Nep, Volko. He will go on him. Trust me. This thief, that's a wolf. This is a Kangal. It doesn't matter if he's big or small. Hey, give me that, give me that. Hey, it's okay, it's okay. With that, Patty, it's it. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey.
To achieve friendship, it will probably take a little longer, but Zoltan's happy with the encounter. Now he wants to introduce the wolves to the younger generation of the village.
Hey, he was braver.
Korkutmaya çalışıyor sizi.
Now tell them that the reason I'm here now and I'm showing that to them because I want them to learn that this is not an enemy. Out there, it's never gonna happen that a wolf will attack them.
Yani
You can tell.
yukarıda bile diyor, kurt hiçbir zaman size aslında saldırmaz diyor.
Because they are really afraid of human. It happens that they take the sheep away of yours, but they never attack any people.
Saldırabilirler ama hiçbir zaman insana saldırdığı görülmedi diyor.
But you can understand that they cannot eat carrots. So daddy and mommy are really nice that they are sharing the food with them.
Stereotypes have been broken, and Zoltan is invited for a friendly chat inside.
Beni kaptılar.
A sip of the famous Turkish coffee gives an opportunity for a toast.
Let's drink on the Kangal and the wolves encounter. That they are friends.
It's been a wonderful day of learning for the Wolfman and the villagers. It's soon evening and time for the second night shoot. The director's vision is for the action to be filmed on expensive black and white film stock. Everything needs to be rehearsed to perfection before the cameras start rolling. Nelson is quick to the mark. It's a promising start.
It's going to turn to you after a while.
The director needs the wolves close up over the actor's shoulder for a pickup. And it's going to take all of Nelson's legendary patience once again. The trickiest part is to get the wolf looking steadily at the actor for long enough. The wolfman holds the sausage right behind the actor's shoulder to get the eye line right.
He's not on, he should be on the stone.
And cut.
Okay, Patty, he
The eye line was right, but not long enough for the director.
Action.
Take two. Can Zoltan keep Nelson's interest for long enough?
Bravo.
And cut.
Bravo.
The director is happy.
He fought Patty.
I'm so proud of Nelson. He's so good. He's doing so well.
But then another surprise request. In the next shot, the director needs Nelson to walk on a platform in order to get his shadow to drop on the tent.
There is this one scene, if you didn't hear about that, but the wolf has to walk by the tent, and from inside they have to see his shadow.
And then on the queue, would be great from right to left crossing.
You like it there?
The problem is, in the wild, wolves would avoid walking on an unstable elevated surface at all costs. This is a very unnatural experience for Nelson.
Okay, then quiet please, go for take.
But he valiantly gives it a go. A few more takes and the walking pace is slow enough. And it's done. At last it's time for Volko's scene, the growling shot. It requires both moves on set.
We can start rolling, I guess.
Nelson is given a carcass to eat, while Volko is brought in to threaten him and make him growl into the frame. Both wolves have done this hundreds of times before, so it shouldn't take long to get it right. But Nelson's eye line isn't high enough.
As long as he doesn't pick up his head and doesn't have the eye line towards the actor, then it's not good, it's not useful. His head is still down.
Zoltan uses his imagination and tries new methods to get Nelson growling into the frame. The noisy air compressor and the shaman dance drive Nelson out of shot. A growling shot has never been so hard to achieve before. Time is running out.
He moved back because of the air, and then he was like growling from a little bit of distance, but that was okay. But he's still not really straight up. He has to stand straight up in order to fit into the other seat.
The Wolfman now employs all the weapons on hand. The furious Volko and the compressed air, and even camera crew members, to help get the picture the director needs. Zoltan finally lifts hefty Volko into the air to make Nelson growl upwards. And this is the winner. They match the actor's eye line.
Cut. Yes, cut. Super. What is super? Very good.
Okay.
Yes. Nice, huh? Bravo. Okay, bravo.
Thank you very much. So we have one more sound with the wolf.
You liked it? Are you sure?
No, I thought it's pretty good, though.
Yes. Yeah. Very
I think it's going to match quite
You
well.
got it. I just don't want to be okay. I want it to be really 100%.
Yeah, the 100% is about 600 feet,
Okay.
sure. Oblivion.
Okay. So what you would like to do is just for sound, just like make some walking.
Okay.
That's it.
And I'm so proud of him. He did his best. I think we did the job again, and we just performed really well. Nelson is still trying to find some piece of meat, but now it's time to wrap because it's pretty late, and we have to feed a little bit Volko too.
It's a relaxing end to the shoot. Nelson providing the sound of his wolf footsteps that will one day add to this eerie movie dream sequence. It's been a long night, and tomorrow there's a long drive ahead. But tonight, the Wolfman and his wolves can sleep soundly, knowing it was a job well done. Until next time. This time on Zultan the Wolfman. The wolves get feisty as mating season begins.
She's like snapping me a little bit.
A wolf goes missing on location in 120 square kilometers of national park.
Volko!
And wild wolves may be returning to Hungary.
You assume this is a wolf.
In the world of wolves, the leader of the pack is not always the strongest wolf. Sometimes he's the cleverest wolf. And sometimes he isn't a wolf at all.
Nah, I'm the boss. They cannot bite me. I'm not using power, you see?
Meet Zoltan Hawkeye, the Wolfman.
And this is how we do aggression scene in the Hollywood movies.
Zoltan uses his animal's natural instincts to achieve his extraordinary results, making him the go-to animal trainer for movie directors all over the world.
And action!
And it's not just wolves that fall under his spell. For the first time, Zoltan is opening his doors to reveal how he achieves these incredible results. Welcome to the world of the Wolfman. Zoltan and his business partner Peter are over 2,000 kilometers from home, checking out a film location for a new job.
We are in South Estonia.
Karlo National Park.
That's where we are now. It's beautiful, check it around. It's not going to be easy to work here though, because it's really wild and obviously they have lots of wild games. However,
Open area.
Estonia is in the Baltic region of Northern Europe and will be the backdrop for a magical fantasy film set in 19th century Estonia.
so what is this movie about?
Yeah, so this is a feature movie about a very nicely young lady who falls in love with a guy, turns into a wolf, and fights with the devil, and shot in black and white.
Really?
So that it resembles, you know, the old photos of this time where the myth originated from. So it's a very nice movie.
This is great because we can use any kind of wolf to substitute the other. Because if it's shot in black and white, nobody is going to see the difference between them. This is a big advantage. That's great, I like that. So it's mating season at the moment, so we are going to take only males with us, maybe 4 or 5.
In the mating season, male and female wolves can't work together because they'll be aggressive and distracted. The work will consist of many running scenes and one quite challenging stunt.
The devil, which is played by an actor in a very large costume, is somehow ripped apart by the wolf.
So obviously I'm going to be the devil, the start.
Yeah, definitely you must
Probably, yeah. Well,
The filming dates are dangerously close to the end of the mating season. Zoltan won't be able to rehearse with the wolves before he gets here, and even without the females, they could still be aggressive.
If we have 2 days practice here, then we can find out how the whole scene looks like.
you are very optimistic, my friend.
I am.
Well, we'll
As
see.
always.
Okay, good.
Back at the Hawkeye Animal Centre, the mild winter has finally turned to snow, and the mating season is well underway. The red deer are reaching the end of their season, and the wolves are just beginning. The stags usually shed their antlers around February, but this year, Rudolph and Goliath have kept theirs. The antlers are as sharp as knives and weigh over 10 kilos.
Rudolph, you see the deers? Now that we had some little action, they became really afraid. You need to be separated from each other because you guys crazy.
And the wolves are getting restless as well now. Their season lasts about 2 months, and during that time, their testosterone level rockets. Both alphas, male and female, are protecting their positions fiercely, showing off their power even to Zoltan, the pack leader.
You see, she's like snapping me a little bit. Hey. Okay, this whole aggression scene is just about mating. She wants to make sure that she's going to be the one who is going to mate with the male and that she's going to have babies. And you see, she is unsure, but I'm also unsure with her because once she grabbed my face and I got 19 stitches.
Only the alpha male and female will actually mate in each pack, so the competition is high. But Zoltan can't afford that to happen at the farm this year.
But I have to separate them because I cannot have pups. First of all, I have no place for that. I have no time to keep pups and deal with them at the moment. They are already starting to fight. Hoagie.
So Zoltan moves the males from Hogan's pack to avoid pups and any violent struggle within the pack.
They know each other very well.
Sammy, Sheo, Hogan and Nelson are put into another enclosure. Even then, the usual hierarchy is being tested. Sheo is not showing the usual submission in front of his pack superior, Nelson.
You see now he's going above him. It's interesting that Sheo is behaving towards Nelson like he would behave towards a female. Look at that. This is not that badly domination. This is more of a calling him to a play.
The pack have joined Krista's enclosure. She's a 16-year-old movie veteran and they know her well. She's too old to have puppies, but she's also too old and frail to be left on her own with the young, raging males.
now that Krista is out of the enclosure, I'm kind of set for 6 weeks or maybe even for 2 months. This enclosure is set for the mating time.
It's a few days later, and the stags have a special visitor. Now out of their mating season, it's safe for famous Hungarian director Ildikó Enyede to meet the animals to cast for her new film. And their antlers are very important because Ildikó is looking for the deer's facial expression and resemblance to her lead actor. She's brought Mate, her director of photography, with her, and the actor will join later.
That guy is waiting for us. He really wants to be in the movie. Look at him.
Oh, its nose is very, very much Rudy-like.
It's very, very much Rudy-like because he's the Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Zoltan really wants Ildikó to choose Rudolph because he's easy to work with and has lots of film experience.
Somehow his face is too cheerful.
Too cheerful. So your actor has much more characteristic face?
He's an old, very charming, very charismatic, but somehow beaten by life.
So Rudolph's cheerful face has lost him the job, and Zoltan has no choice but to take Ildikó to another enclosure to meet Goliath, a far more tricky character.
Both deers are beautiful, but somehow, for example, not only the face, even the face is much more expressive, much more powerful, but also the antlers. What we need is somebody who was once great and is in decline.
Okay.
But
well, this is the guy actually.
we see the charisma, we see the strength, we see the beauty, but...
So you like this one much more?
Absolutely.
This is going to be so hard.
Zoltan has never had to cast a deer based on their similarity to a lead actor. And what do you say to an actor who apparently looks like your deer?
Morcsányi Géza is the actor. And this is Morcsányi Géza Goliath. Right here. Okay.
Ildikó explains why it's important that deer and man should share a likeness.
This story is about him and Alexandra, two very powerful human beings, and somehow what we recreate with the deers is the same relationship with their appearance, their state of mind, their state of soul.
I always thought with sympathy about wolves, of which there are a lot of here, but I have never thought of comparing myself to a deer or thinking about myself as a deer. From now on, I will do my best.
So Goliath gets the job, and Zoltan gets the job of training his least trainable deer for Ildikó's film. The life of the Wolfman is never dull. Zoltan the Wolfman and his business partner Peter are taking 4 wolves on the long drive north to Estonia to star in a fantasy movie there. The mating season's just ended, and they're hoping the wolves will be calm enough by the time they arrive to rehearse before filming begins. It's a long journey, crossing the borders of 6 countries with regular stops to exercise the wolves, and of course the Wolfman.
Yeah. Pepe! It's 1,600 kilometers.
And we still got 600 left.
600 left?
600 left.
I don't want to drive anymore. You drive.
Okay, we can switch now.
Why don't we just get them out in that lake?
There's a lake down there? Yeah, okay.
They've stopped by Lake Galve in Lithuania. A wonderful location for the wolves to take a stroll and have a drink. Which must be providing quite an extraordinary sight for any residents looking out over their lake today. Refreshed, they get back on the road and arrive at Karula National Park, a wild protected area with plenty of deer, boars, bears, lynx, and of course, wolves. A wolfman's paradise. The next morning, Zoltan and Peter set off to meet the director and film crew at the base camp. It's very early, but the production team are already up and about getting prepared. Lily Pilt is a production coordinator.
We're shooting an Estonian film that's titled Rehepap, based on a book that came out in 2000 and was a bestseller in Estonia. It talks about who Estonians are. There are a lot of mystical or magical elements to the story, and one of them is that the girl turns into a werewolf. And so that's why Zoltan and Peter are here to have the wolves that play the wolf part then.
Rehepap, or Old Barney, is set in a pagan Estonian village where mythological creatures and spirits roam, and the villagers steal and make terrible pacts with evil beings to survive the cold, dark winter. Estonian director Rainer Sarnet wants the film to capture the feel of early black and white photography. The movie will mix dark humour, romance, horror and magic. Peter and Zoltan are keen to tie down some details this morning. They have only had some rough storyboards of the film so far and want to find out what stunts they need to train for. The crew has no experience of working with wolves, so they have questions too.
The plan is to have
They break the news that they'll need 20 or 30 running shots of a lone wolf to represent Lena, the young female werewolf, desperately searching for her beloved hands.
The wolf disappears into the forest.
Luckily, Zoltan has brought 4 wolves with him, so he'll be able to replace one wolf with another when they become tired. But then the director, Rainer Sarnet, raises a less welcome idea.
We should improvise.
Yeah, that's good.
As the weather is changing all the time and the light is changing, so can we basically drive around, see, oh, there's a nice place?
Working with wild animals requires careful planning and pre-planned safety measures, so this is not what Zoltan wants to hear.
We decide on the spot that, okay, running from here to here, and we do this.
Running is okay.
Running is okay, yeah.
Running is okay.
And there is also news on the big stunt scene Zoltan has been asked to perform.
Yesterday we had great shot, which we decided that which would end the scene without tearing this devil apart. So your wolf, unfortunately, can't do that anymore.
Doesn't have to do it anymore.
No.
I'm so sad. We rehearsed that so many times,
This means Zoltan will not appear in the film.
So there is no killing scene.
No killing scene.
Not at all. So nothing.
No.
Too bad.
Is there any difficult scene?
Unfortunately not. Not this time.
The DOP does have one idea for a shot.
What about we have a little, like a cliff or a little place where I'll jump up or jump down, or can we do this?
What is little?
Say a couple of meters.
High?
I don't know. I haven't found this place yet, but say something like
look,
this.
If it's for physically it's possible for him, he will do it.
The meeting's over, but it hasn't been quite what Zoltan hoped for.
These guys just completely changed everything around. We're not gonna have everything seen. So I don't know why did I take these 4 wolves with me. And then they want some jumping that they were not talking about before. And we also need to improvise something. But what? We don't know yet. They think that the wolf can read the storybook. Actually, they might even think that they can write it.
The DOP wants to try some test shots with wolves. So they all set off to one of the film locations, an ancient wooden cottage in a remote forest. He asked to see the wolves running. Zoltan hopes this will at least pin down the speed and distance his wolves will be expected to achieve.
How about the speed? You'll be faster? Hop. Get it.
And the crew find a platform for Dakota to try the jump the DOP asked for this morning.
Get it. Hop. Bravo.
No problem for this movie veteran. The test shoot has established that the wolves will need to run longer distances and faster than Zoltan had originally expected, so that will be the first stage of training. Zoltan has found some open ground to train in, away from the many wild animals and distractions of the forest.
Once they know where they have to run, we can get the other two wolves, and they can run one after the other.
First, Zoltan sets up a race between two of the wolves, running from one cage to another. They know there will be food in the other cage, and the first one there will get more of that food. So each one tries to outrun his competitor. But the run wasn't fast enough for Zoltan. So it's back to the drawing board.
So we will need more wolves to cheer them up.
If he releases 3 wolves and the 4th a little later, the last will have to be really fast to get the food before it's gone.
We do the 4, and then we'll see which one is the fastest alone. We have to figure it out.
Although the mating season's over, there's still some unrest amongst the pack.
Hey, don't fight.
But when the cage opens, it's focused only on the food. They will learn the most direct route through practice and get even faster. But on the second run, the hormonal wolves turn on each other. Zoltan and Peter rush to separate the fighting wolves before they get too angry. If they can keep them apart, the wolves will start to calm down. But then an even more serious problem occurs. Beaten in the fight by his packmates, Volko makes a dash for the forest. It's Zoltan and Peter's worst nightmare. A wolf loose in the forest.
Can you just get him back in that cage? Not with these guys. Here. Volko! Come back! Get it there!
Zoltan needs to find Volko quickly, for the safety of the wolf and the protected animals living in the forest.
Volko!
He hopes Volko will respond to his voice and return.
Volko! Volko!
But Volko may have already run too far to hear his voice. As time passes, Peter has less and less hope that Volko will return.
Volko!
He's desperate for Zoltan to come back with some news.
It's like, look, he was running here. You can see the footprints. You see? Here and here. Look at this. It's made from wild boars. And he can easily hunt. We are lucky if he's coming back tonight.
What happened? You found it?
No, as you see, I didn't. We are in a big trouble, my friend.
You lost?
Yeah, the problem is that I saw so many footprints of other animals. If you check there, there is a big digging of wild boars and plenty of moose and roe deer and everything he can
They might go
meet
for a
with.
while.
He might go for a while and he's an experiment, so let's do this. You go by car and I take a wolf.
The men widen the search. Peter heads for the forest perimeter to try and get in front of Volko. And the Wolfman sets off on foot, taking Volko's best friend Nelson with him. If Volko's still around, he'll smell Nelson and hopefully come back to Zoltan.
I tried to go around the forest when he disappeared. So if we're lucky, we can get in front of him.
There is plenty of evidence of wild animals present in the forest, making the situation even more serious. Volko is hungry. He hasn't eaten for almost a week preparing for filming.
The chances are 50-50. that we can spot him because it's a very dense forest. It's quite a large national park. If he finds the trail of some wild animal, gets on the trail and goes after the animal, he can go kilometers away. Oh, here they are. Okay, here they are. Okay, let's see what happened. Okay, but I don't think they found him.
I can see his footprints here, look at that.
What happened?
So he went over there.
He went over there.
Yeah, I would say this, we should go back to the rendezvous site and wait for him there. We have no other chance. And then he also would come to the hotel because he sees the trailer there and he sees the wolves there.
Yeah.
We can leave a cage outside with the wolf inside.
On their way back to the cottage, Zoltan lets Nelson run unleashed, hoping Volko will spot him and catch up with him. But Volko does not return. The Wolfman's last hope is that Volko will return to the cottage or the nearby rendezvous site, which is a meeting point that Zoltan always sets up with his wolves when he comes to a new location.
I'm gonna open this door, so if Volko would come back at the night.
Yeah, he can see the wolves at least.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's gonna see the guys, and the rendezvous site is just about 100 meters from here where we rehearsed. Just let's open it. Yeah, that's perfect. Like that. He might gonna be lying here in the morning. Okay. Calm down, guys, and wait for your brother.
The sun sets, and with no light pollution here, it's totally black in the wild forests of Karula National Park. Zoltan and Peter check the trailer once more, but Volko has not returned, and the shooting is scheduled for 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah. We find the ranger early in the morning tomorrow.
Yeah, he has to speak English, and he has to let to know the people around that there is a wolf running around.
Okay, I call production.
Yeah, it would be great if we have a veterinarian with the tranquilizing gun, just in case they find him and they can tranquilize him. But the best would be if they just give us a call. So we go there quickly, and he will come back to me for sure.
Yeah, I call production, but let's go to sleep now.
This is the rendezvous site, so he should return to the rendezvous site.
Okay, hope for the best.
On location in Estonia, one of the Wolfman's wolves have gone missing in the nearby national park. Deep in the night, the Wolfman decides to try a technique which worked for him a few years ago. When shooting in the Alps, 4 wolves escaped because of a sudden avalanche near the film set and returned to the sound of the Wolfman's howls. An exhausted Volko has found his way home.
Don't go away. He came back. I'm gonna tell that to Peter. You came back. Did you miss me? I missed you a lot. Don't go away. Wait. I'm not gonna let you go now. Let's go back to the trailer. We can go to sleep. You are so nice.
Volko will be too tired to work tomorrow, but he's back and safe, and filming can still go ahead with the 3 other wolves who are rested, hungry, and ready to work. A stunning sunrise is just what the director had in mind when he talked about beautiful natural light. So everyone's up before dawn, preparing to capture that special shot. The director, Rainer Sarnet, wants every shot to have the feel of very early black and white photography. So the cameraman's looking for the best angle to catch that mystical atmosphere as the first rays of the sun touch the ground. The Wolfman and the wolves are a little groggy after their eventful night, but are ready to deliver their best.
Okay, so the wolf is going to run from there to up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And really fast.
Really fast, okay.
The first scene is a fast run through the changing light. There's no time for setting and moving cages, so the wolves will be unleashed and captured by Zoltan and Peter.
Get it, Dakota. That's slower.
To achieve the right speed, Zoltan unleashes 2 wolves, Kosa and Dakota. But one is released later to make sure he runs faster to get his share of the food.
How about this speed?
41, 60, take one.
The director asked for several takes to capture all the beauty of the changing light of the rising sun.
Stop. Cut. Thanks.
The next scene is the jump scene. As this was a last-minute idea, the Wolfman doesn't have the ideal wolf with him, but Zoltan's too happy to be concerned.
I love this morning. Volko returned, even though that he cannot work. Dakota and Kosa are doing a great job, and Shayo's not here. He could jump really well, high and far, but well, we have to solve that with Dakota. I hope he's gonna be okay.
The jump scene's not a difficult one. Just an ordinary jump from a low platform, but the wolf will have to jump right over the camera. This will be an easy one for Zoltan's legendary jumper Shayo, but instead it will be Dakota, who is the best of the three wolves left to choose from.
The challenge is that he has to jump over the camera, but he's 10 years old and he's not a big jumper.
Okay, we're rolling.
At this time of year, wolves have reached their maximum weight, so Dakota's probably not feeling that springy. Dakota seems to be suspicious about the mysterious machine he has to jump over. Zoltan puts a stick over the camera to make a more natural-looking hurdle. But Dakota looks for the easy way out. Zoltan settles Dakota and persuades him to give it another try. It's a take, and the director is delighted.
He was scared to jump over the camera, but afterwards he got used to it, so it's fine. You know, that's when you can't rehearse, because you don't know. It's improvising, and then you have to get the best out of the four that you took with you. So if I knew that we have this scene and we don't have to improvise, I can rehearse that, and I would have taken Shayo, who would have do the big jump like 100 meters. Well, we have to live with that.
The director asks for a second take so they can capture the wolf's landing with the second camera.
Okay, we're rolling.
Now Dakota's more confident. He's happy to jump as many times as they need.
Better?
The director and the crew are happy with their shots.
Okay, stop.
The slow-motion jump will become a part of the sequence showing the village girl Lena transforming into a werewolf. And now it's time for the wolf's signature growling scene.
Now we're gonna do the growling scene, but we're gonna change wolves, because this wolf is not growling at all when I'm approaching him. But Nelson, he is the one that's gonna get pissed, and he's gonna do that.
A big chunk of frozen meat is ready. When Nelson defends this meat, the director will get his snarl. The meat has to be out of shot, but not so deep that the wolf's face is hidden. They'll want the wolf to look right into camera when he growls. And the meat must be securely fixed to the ground to stop the wolf taking it out of shot. Not so easy when the winter soil's still frozen. It's time to roll the cameras. First step, Nelson has to try the meat. Only then will he try to protect it.
It's not frozen, guys. The thing is, I have to wait that he doesn't have in his mouth. Otherwise, it's not worth.
If Nelson bites off too much meat, he can just run off with it, or fill up and get less protective. But he seems to be hungry enough to stay on the meat, so Zoltan starts to provoke him to try and get a growl. He gets a few good snarls, but the defrosting meat is too easy to eat, and Nelson soon loses interest in protecting it.
Another wolf to feed him.
The Wolfman needs to get Nelson's attention, so he asks Peter to bring in a competing wolf, Volko. And in the meantime, the shots are checked back. Some of them are good, but the director really needs some longer, really fierce growling.
It's great that Volko just returned, although that he cannot work, he can help us because he can tease Nazon to growl above the carcass. And then we can have the scene when he's just showing his teeth and he's really vicious.
And silence, please. The cameras are ready.
Take two.
Volko gets to taste the meat and is then taken away. Nelson returns, and seeing Volko, becomes fiercely protective of his meat. As the wolves face each other across the meat, Nelson looks really vicious. And cut.
Okay, stop. Got it? I got it.
Finally, they have a really terrifying, growling wolf in the shot. The first shoot day is over for the Wolfman, so we can get back to the cottage and catch up on some sleep. Tomorrow, they start before the sunrise again. It's daybreak on another clear, cold morning in Estonia. Today, the Wolfman and his wolves are shooting with the second camera unit, and the plan of the day is to improvise again. The first scene features a wolf entering the shot, drinking from the frozen pond, turning around and running away. Zoltan's come up with a natural motivation plan for the wolf to make him do this.
So we're gonna put some meat right to that point where he has to drink. And we're gonna bring the wolf there, we're gonna show that there is a meat, he can eat it up, we pull him back. In the meantime, Peter's gonna place some more meat again to the exact spots where he has to go. I let him go back, and I'm not gonna let him to eat the meat. This means that he knows that the meat is there where he has to go. But then again, Peter's gonna take the meat away, and then when the camera is rolling, I release the wolf. He's gonna go there hoping that the meat is right there, but he's not gonna find any meat, so he will start to drink. Because he's thirsty. Action.
And on cue, the wolf drinks at the perfect spot to get the perfect shot. The Wolfman knows his wolf, and he cracks it in one take.
You got it. You got it? Yeah.
Now, it's time for some long-distance running.
Action.
Hop up, hop up. Get it. Hop up.
Again, there's no time for setting the cages, as the crew will be moving all the time in order to catch the morning light falling on these stunning landscapes. So Zoltan and Peter will be unleashing and catching the wolves by hand.
And now we can go over the hill and do some more running on the other side.
This lonely wolf, constantly running across the Estonian landscape, will symbolize the main character of the movie. A village girl called Lena, whose true but hopeless love for a village boy makes her turn into a werewolf and endlessly search for her beloved one. But for Zoltan's wolves, it simply means running and running.
Okay, stop.
Okay, Volko is coming out.
Eventually, Nelson gets tired, and Zoltan decides it's time to change the wolf. And despite Peter's skepticism, he wants to give a chance to Volko.
Today you have a job to do. Nobody trusts you except me. But you're gonna be good.
And action!
Hop up.
Volko's day off has made him lightning fast.
Get it. Hop. Slow down, man. Keep on Betty.
Look at that speed. Come on. Good boy.
Zoltan's happy with Volko's performance and about the trust he has regained.
walking back and forth on these hills makes you tired. I told you that Volko is not going to go away, huh? You see, he's here.
The next location is about 80 kilometres up north, at the main setting of the film, by an abandoned spooky mansion near an old cemetery, where they hope to capture the evening light. It's time for some more running.
I have no idea what they're going to do next. I don't even know if they built this one.
The evening sun creates a mystical atmosphere in the ancient cemetery. The crew are getting some beautiful shots, but there's still time for more.
And then we'll do the same things on the tripod, and then we'll do the stairs as well.
Okay. The same running, this way,
just
that
with
way.
tripod.
Yeah.
They will say what directions
Yeah,
they
okay.
went with.
This endless marathon eventually wears out even the mighty Volko. And when the crew ask for running upstairs, Kota steps in. It's just as well Zoltan brought so many wolves.
Something has to do.
Yeah.
What was that?
Some more runnings.
Mercifully, the sun finally sets, and Zoltan and his wolves have wrapped for their last day.
The wolves were performing really well. They wanted to have fast running and they wanted to have slow running, and this was just great.
Next morning, Zoltan, Peter and the wolves start the long journey home, leaving the forests of Estonia, which are bursting with wild animals, including 600 bears and 200 wolves, to return to Hungary, where there have been no wild wolves for 80 years. But soon after he returns to the snowy Cadillo, the Wolfman receives a phone call from his ranger friends at Buk National Park in the northeast of Hungary. The park rangers think a pack of wild wolves may have come over the border from Slovakia to settle in their woods. Wolves have been spotted several times in the park over the last year, but that doesn't mean they've made a home here. By examining the tracks, the rangers hope to build up a picture of their movements, but first they have to establish these are wolf prints.
There are some footprints here.
You find one?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I see that.
See?
You assume this is a wolf.
Well, the footprint is big enough.
Volko is playing a vital role here, as it's much easier to identify a wolf print accurately if you have another print to compare it with.
Let's see his.
Like?
It's similar?
Yeah. It is similar.
The prints do seem to match Volko's, and there is other evidence the rangers are keen for Zoltan to inspect. The park's photo traps captured what appears to be a wolf eating a carcass, so they return to the scene.
Wow, look at that. This is not much what is left.
It's quite typical, actually.
Poor animal. But you see, he basically skinned it. That's what my wolf does at home. He started with the black legs. You see, he ate the best parts of it. Am I right?
Sure.
Is it typical?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Whenever you see a carcass with this big bunch of ribs on one side and another, which was not turned upside down, this should be a dog.
Yeah.
Or should be other animals, like a fox, maybe not even a dog. A raven can do that, but turning it up and down, I figured that by wolves. I don't know what's the experiments of your guys.
The same.
In the evening, Peter Gomkoto, the chief ranger, invites the Wolfman to take a look at the photo trap pictures of wolves he's captured over the last year.
I saw that last year. This is amazing. And I suppose this is a young one.
It looks very hopeful that a small pack of wolves have settled here in the Buk National Park.
So, how would you estimate the number of the wolves in this 500 square kilometers that you're mentioning?
One family, sometimes 3, sometimes maybe 6.
It's really nice the job what these guys doing at the national park, because the wolves are returning to Hungary after 80 years, and I really hope that I can have with my wolves to their brothers in the nature to come back to this country, and maybe one day I'm gonna be so lucky that I can meet one of them in the forest.
One of of the reasons that wolves were wiped out in Hungary was because they were aggressively hunted. So if the wolves are to return in any numbers, it will require some re-education of the Hungarian people. So where better to start than the school next to Buck National Park? The Wolfman is on a mission to open people's hearts to the wolves, and Volko will help him to do that. Almost 200 curious kids and their teachers can't wait to see a real wolf. It's very important for Zoltan that this first meeting with a wolf leaves a positive impression in their memories. They are the future of this town and this region, and if they have a friendly attitude towards wolves, the wolves have a bright future here. The cautious looks from the beginning are soon replaced by a friendly laughter.
Igen? Mirek után te tetted fel ezt a kérdést, most gyere ide, simogass meg.
Now it's time to make friends.
Na gyere!
Abrish can't wait to get introduced to Volko, and much to the delight of his schoolmates, is granted a warm, wolfish kiss.
Ábris. Figyelj csak, Ábris. Egy szép napon lesz belőled vadász. Tényleg? És fogod bántani a farkast? Örülök neked. Ábris foglal helyet. Ábris is the first kid who asked if he can pet the wolf. So he was really brave. And as you see, the wolf just figured that this kid is really brave. And I'm really proud of this wolf. And I really hope that one day this kid who wants to be a hunter will bring the message that this guy has a place in Hungary. And in one day, my country might be a better place for these animals.
Guys, I have a great news for you. Wolves are returning to Hungary, and we have great evidence for that. So this means that these little kids that just pet the son of Rufus, the brothers of you guys, 193 people in this school, little kids, okay? They showed so much interest, you know, that I'm sure one day they're gonna make a better place for these wolves to live in my country. And this means that my new dream can come true one day. This means that I can study some wild wolves in my own country.
I am easy to inspire. There is little